Now, teachers, you all have taken this profession. You have done all the courses. You have done Montessori course. You have done nursery training course. You have done kindergarten course. You have done so many. You have written exams. You've excelled in it. You've come to with certificates, and you have positioned yourselves in the best schools, right? So it is not that I'm going to go in depth on every topic, because all of you all must be aware of everything. But it is just a brush up, a sort of a revision, sort of a thing to kickstart the coming academic year with a beautiful beginning. Just a revision, just a run through. But the run through will be very minimal, because talking about every topic, I can talk volumes. But the time given to us every day is just 1.5 hours. Within that 1.5 hours, I have to complete a certain topics. So it will be very in a nutshell, like, everything is like crumpled into a nutshell, where I'll speak just a few things which are connected to our nursery teaching. That is 3.5 to 5 years. Okay. So now, today I'm going to talk to you all about first physical development. Just a quick run through with very important details and a quick interaction with whatever happenings in your school, if you want to share it. Then I will talk about emotional development a little bit, moral development, and role of a teacher in moral development. It's going to be pretty quick, but we'll cover the important parts. Now, when we talk about physical development, what is physical development? It is a development of the self, isn't it? So the development starts from the womb, right? When the baby is in the mother's stomach, the development starts from then. The child grows, yes, at the right time the child is born. From there on, the most important aspects in the physical development are very, very important. Like you see, 0 to 3 months, there is some development in the child. 3 to 6 months, something new. 6 to 9 months, 9 to 12 months, 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years, you can see the stages of development, right? The first thing, when they are in the cradle, they just, bring out the saliva and make bubbles out of it. Second, they try to murmur something. They say, some babbling sounds come, right? After that, they start to fall on their stomach, right? That is one milestone. These are all called milestones. After that, then they start beating their legs, raising their legs, kicking their legs. All these are the proper, appropriate milestones at the appropriate time. So 0 to 3 months, this has to happen. You have to literally watch that has to happen, right? Then comes the crawling stage. Then comes the standing stage, holding with some support, having some support. Then start slowly walking, falling, walking, falling. Then comes the perfect walk, right? So these are the stages. Now, in the development of a child, we have to see to 2 skills. First, that is the gross motor skills and fine motor skills. These are very important for our kindergarten children. The gross motor skills and the fine motor skills. Now, the gross motor skills means the larger movements of the body. Larger movements means what? Running, jumping, dancing. All these are large movements. So they come under gross motor skills, right? And when I talk about fine motor skills, is the little tender fingers they use. The little fingers they use in creating something, in fixing up blocks. Yes, it is just on spot. They sit in a place and do all these puzzles, as I told, blocks, and many other activities for fine motor skills. This age is very, very important. Like mold, the clay, molding, the modeling of the clay. Then beading, the thread. See, when I talk about beads, these are the beads. But these beads help in their fine motor skills when they try to thread them into the hole. But what happens when you give these beads to the children, though it's a very good activity under fine motor skills, you have to be very careful where it has to be one-to-one, because there is a possibility for the child to put it in the mouth, right? Anything the child, some children are so curious to take things to the mouth, where you should be very careful. This age, extra careful in what you're giving them, in what you're dealing with them. So this is a beautiful activity, but you should have this one-to-one to get their fine motor skills to thread the beads. But you should not just give it to the whole class. We do not know who will take it to the mouth, right? So there are so many fine motor skills, gross motor skills, but physical development, you should encourage both. Allow them to run, allow them to jump. Even the mothers at home, we keep telling, play with them, let them jump on the bed, hold the hands of your child and let them go jump, like bungee jumping, right? So they are all the more of physical development, they become strong in every way, from head to toe. Even the brain development happens beautifully with proper physical development, physical exercises. More of physical exercises, the complete tune finding of the body just happens. So we must allow children at that appropriate age to jump, to run, to hop. So many exercises, like standing on one foot, like the hop, play hopping and catching. But these days, yes, nothing is visible, right? Most of the time, they are glued to the games, internet games, the video games, the mobile, the iPad, and the online sessions made it even more worse. Like those till COVID, we were asking children not to play with mobile phones, not to play with video games, not to play with iPads, not to sit in front of the computer. But what happens, unfortunately, because of this COVID, they all have to come back to their systems and they have to sit with the system. So they're again attached to the systems. Now it's time we bring them back outdoors, make them run, make them play, make them hop, get those authentic olden days games where it used to work wonderfully for a proper physical development. Those days we did not have particular game, but just running out, playing on the roads, playing in the ground, playing in their lanes and by lanes would do too good for their physical development. Now, why is physical development important? As I told you, the physical development starts from the brain. It stimulates the brain. It is very important from the brain to the entire system. And as the children grow, everything changes in the body, right? If you see the stages in a child's growth, you can see like they know how to ask for a thing. They know how to express for a thing, because they are the developments in the growth. They know what to get, like, if they need something, how to get it. They know it by crying, by rolling on the ground, by being stubborn. They get what they want. And for this physical development to be at its best, the most important thing is the food and nutrition, the diet. The diet plays a major role in the physical development of a child, especially till 5 years. So those are the tender years, the 0 to 5 years, the tender years where they have to get proper nutritious food. This plays a major role for each and every part of the body, and this helps them in their growth for, let it be their, academic part, let it be anything. First, that nutrition should be proper, a balanced diet from the time they are born, and especially till 5 years, they have to be on a proper nutritional diet for each and every part to grow in a perfect way. Even the brain development depends on the nutritious food. Yes, so their thinking, working, their concentration, everything develops on the proper diet, proper food. Now, for example, if you find like a child should be smart, cooperate, coordinate, and so many aspects. There should be a timetable. First thing, the child should go to bed early, right? But nowadays, what is happening? The child sleeps only when the parents go to bed. It might be 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, right? So their waking up time is also late. So the first thing what you should convey to the parent is you should put them to bed early. Early dinner, early to sleep, early to bed, and early to rise is the best for the entire system to function properly. For that, the breakfast time should be proper. Lunch time should be proper. The snack time should be proper. The dinner time should be proper. So when they go to bed early, they wake up early, everything falls in place. So their toilet habits, see, everything is connected to a proper physical development. Even their toilet habits is connected only to the proper diet, proper nutritional diet. You go, there should be a timetable. Okay, you wake up, you brush your teeth, you have a glass of milk, and you have to go visit the washroom. That is very, very important. They have to clean their stomach no matter what. That toilet training in the morning is a must, and you should convey all these things to the parents in your parent-teachers meeting, so that the cycle is properly framed and they fall into every area appropriately. A child who does not use the washroom feels very uncomfortable in the classroom, even to focus, to listen to us, because something is troubling. But the child will not be able to say in a class of 40, where the child will feel shy what is happening. But if it's properly toilet trained and all guidelines are followed, the child will be at the best. So physical development in every area is very, very important. And it improves so much, not only creative thinking, improves intelligence, stimulating brain development, and eye-hand coordination is very, very important, teachers. This age group, 3.5, when they come to nursery LKG, eye-hand coordination is very important. When does this eye-hand coordination start? When the child starts crawling, starts those foots, those tender foot, when it starts placing it on the ground, it starts then because it tries to pick up the object and take it to the mouth. The child does not know what it is, but immediately it places the hands on the object and tries to put it in the mouth. So that concept, can you see that eye and hand, it just picks and it goes straight. So the child is very normal, as it is able to identify something and it knows it has to take it to the mouth. But we have to be careful that there are no such objects around the child where it can be dangerous. So usually a play area of a child, what do? We keep only big toys where it is safe for the child. We don't leave any other things. Yes, a child can grab anything, anytime. Right? So eye-hand coordination this age is very, very important. To enhance that, to develop that eye-hand coordination for some children, you have to give them some exercises. Right? Not all children will be able to write just like that. Not all the children will be able to sit in the place for some time. Not all children will be able to concentrate. Yes, to bring that uniformity, it is a teacher's duty. You must identify which child needs more of this eye-hand coordination, needs more of focus, and work on that appropriately in the free time given. So for eye-hand coordination, like for example, you can ask the mother at home to give different dals, like, you know, the tuar dal or the full chena and urad dal, mixed up in a bowl. Give them 3 empty bowls and segregate each dal. This helps a lot, teachers. I know you must have done wonders more than this. This is just an example from my side. You must have worked with so many other activities, which you will share it with me at the end of the 10-day session. Okay. So this segregating the dal, the child, the eye-hand coordination is concentrating and segregating, right? And it works out even more better if the mother also sits with a bowl and 3 bowls, and where there is a healthy competition. And the mother always should be slow, so that that's the way she encourages her child. Wow, you're doing good. You're faster than me. How smart you can be. Though I am bigger than you, though I am your mother, you're smart. Come on, so good, so good, so good. So what happens? The child develops interest and the eye-hand coordination will become faster as the mother is appreciating, right? And at the end of this activity, you should definitely gift some little thing as a note of appreciation. A small chocolate or a chicky piece or a small card, a 5 rupees card or something. So what happens? It is motivating the child. You are appreciating the child and the child will look further to perform many more activities with interest, with concentration and love for that activity. And this enhances thoroughly. So this appreciation should start from, what do I tell, when the child starts coordinating with you, understanding you, that appreciation, the pat on the shoulder, yay, Kana, very good. You clap hands, the child knows you're happy, right? So this eye-hand coordination, there are so many other exercises. One I've given you, dal. Second one, very important, is the clay down. Yes, the clay, it is so soft, the child can make different shapes out of it. And the child really enjoys making the shapes. And all the fingers are involved when the child is, pressing the clay mold, right? And one more interesting activity for the child to develop this fine motor skills, eye-hand coordination. You can tell the parent, if the child is not able to focus, if the child is not able to sit in one place for a few minutes, if the child has got, has to improve in the eye-hand coordination. One more thing, you can tell the mothers to clean one area, right? Make the child sit in that area and give him just this goduma maavu, that is a wheat flour, right? And water, and ask the child to knead it with the fingers. It's going to be very sticky. The more it is sticky, the more of exercise for those tender muscles. And the child also enjoys it. Stick agumod, he will pull with both the hands. So what is happening? So much of exercise for the tender muscles, isn't it? So let the child knead the dough, knead the dough, knead the dough, knead the dough. And after some time, the mother can come, add some oil, clean the child's hands and make it into a fine dough. Make it into a fine dough and give it to the child. Give him the rolling pin and ask the child to make different shapes. The child will make different shapes and he feels so happy that the mother is appreciating, the family is watching what the child is doing, right? After he makes these fine shapes, whatever shape, let it be a shape of a triangle or a circle, whatever, the mother then should tell the child, this I'm going to fry it in oil. It's going to be puris for the entire family. Trust me, teachers, the best family activity this is. The entire family enjoys it. The child just sits in pride that he made the dinner for everybody. Okay. So those little puris, when mother fries and places it on the table, everybody are going to talk, wow, you've done such a good job. And the child, if you encourage him little more, he will come out with some explanation for each shape. He'll have some explanation. Sometimes that interpretation will be surprising for us because the thinking, that is what I'm telling you, physical activity, physical growth is also connected to that thinking. He will just have a piece. It's not a triangle, it's not a square, it's not a circle. But his imagination is totally different. It just keeps you standing lost. So that's the way the thinking also develops. So to develop eye-hand coordination, fine motor skills, you can give these exercises to the child. Then, in this physical development, communication and language also improves, right? What do? You're communicating. The child is learning from you. More of communication. The child is learning from you. This is the age where you can talk in different languages. You can use different words. The child grasps like this. The child grasps like this. And this development is very, very, very important. And one more thing, you should let your child to play with others, communicate with others. when they relate to that age group, plays a very vital role in their growing years. They will learn so many things in their growing years. And this physical development improves vocabulary. How it improves vocabulary? Because a child, when the child comes to 2.5, the child starts asking questions. Why is it like this? Why is it like that? You have to have immense patience in explaining to the child. Even in the classroom, sometimes a 3-year-old, 3.5-year LKG child has a few questions. Sometimes it just gives you a surprise. Oh my God, a 3.5-year-old asking such a smart question. Why? Because the exposure outside, you must give them the chance to speak. You must give them the chance to convey what is in their mind. You must give them the full freedom to imagine. When they imagine, they come out with beautiful thoughts, beautiful questions, beautiful ideas, which keeps us totally astonished. Right? So their vocabulary also improves with the physical development. Physical development is very, very, very important. Now, role of a teacher in the physical development. All this, yes, we are helping out. We are telling the mothers to do this. We are helping the mothers, okay, work out with your child for focus, work out with your child to get this eye-hand coordination. Now, what is the role of a teacher? First thing, as I told you, I'm coming back to Om chanting. This Om chanting is very important because the vibration from head to toes, it is very, very powerful, teachers, even for us. So here in our school, what we do is, from LKG, we just tell them, take a deep breath, nothing much. Take a deep breath and they enjoy this. It is like fun activity for them in the morning. Okay. When I say take a deep breath, I will tell them, push your stomach like a balloon. When I tell push your stomach out like a balloon, they perfectly understand. If you take a deep breath, I'll tell meditation position, chin mudra. Chin mudra is this, okay? The pointer and thumb and all the 3 fingers join. And they keep this on their knees. And as you close your eyes, take a deep breath. As you take a deep breath, push your stomach outside. And then I tell them, as you chant Om, bring back the stomach. So it is like an activity for them and they enjoy it. Okay. And when I tell I'm watching you all from the camera, I'm watching from the office, I can see the balloons coming out. So they do it so perfectly because I go on appreciating in my commentary. So when I tell take a deep breath, push your stomach outside, all the stomachs are out. Then I tell now chant Om and bring back the stomach. So they understand it is not Om. So they drag that Om. Trust me, teachers, the UKG children do it beautifully. LKG, they take time. So we don't pressurize anybody, but they themselves will start liking. And when I convey it over the mic, some children like to compete with me and they excel in it. So this Om chanting is very, very important. Next, we teach them power yoga. This is power brain yoga, Topukara. This is our olden days, tata party time. We used to do that for punishment, isn't it? Tappu panna Topukaram podunga. Right? But here, now that punishment Topukara, uttak baitak, has turned out to be a powerful brain yoga. Okay, that time punishment turned out. So the children love to hold ears, and then there are children who try to dodges. They won't bend at all. Okay, lazy children nowadays, some of them. So what do? We do with the children, we tell, go down to the floor and come up. Down to the floor and come up. So these little things when a teacher does, these are all important for the physical development. So they hold the ears, they go down, they come up. 10 times we make them do. 10. First point over, role of a teacher. Teachers, you may know more than me. Please, I'm reiterating the same thing, my dear senior teachers. Yes, over the years of your experience, you may know more than me. But what I know out of my experience, I'm just sharing a few points. You might be doing wonders, right? But just a few points, what we do, if you feel it appropriate, you can use it in your school. Okay. Then movements in between class activities. Like sometimes what happens, we are asking them to write or color. So we can feel the class is not that active, that dull, right? So what do we do? Come on, come on, come on, children, stand, 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 we tell. Okay, this is the first class, so I'm not asking you all to stand, but in the days to come, in our 10-day session, we are going to dance, we are going to shake, we are going to sing, we are going to clap hands, we are going to, shrug our shoulders. We're going to do everything and have real fun, just like our kindergarten children, right? Being first day, let's understand each other, right? Okay. So between class activities, what I will tell, come on now. I may tell hands up, hands down, bring your hands to the shoulder, up again, clap 3 times. Then again, I say stretch sideways, bring it to namaste, clap 3 times. Then I go up, come down, then go round, round, round with your shoulders, then reverse back with your shoulders, and I do that, right? So make them active. So in between class activities are very, very important. The continuous writing, continuous coloring for that age group, it's very tough, and we should not force them also. The more you include some activity, they develop interest automatically. They develop interest automatically. Even those lazy children, even those children who don't want to color, will start developing interest. So what I'll say 1, 2, 3. So they'll all say 1, 2, 3. Come on to the right. 1, 2, 3. Again 1, 2, 3. Then I'll tell go up, roll, 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 stop. Roll, 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 stop. Roll, 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 stop. Now I'll tell children little faster. Roll, 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 roll. So the entire class is buzzing with noise and happiness. After that, the concentration automatically happens. You don't have to ask them to sit straight or do this, finish this. Automatically they will sit. Now children, come on, now it's time for coloring. Immediately they do it. So this is very, very important, right? Then outdoor and indoor games. So first role of a teacher, super brain yoga, I told you, om chanting, uttak baitak, movements in class, in between classes, the movements of hands, fingers, body. Now coming to outdoor and indoor games. Now outdoor games, mostly sand play. They love sand play, right? They love to make castles, and teachers, trust me, we tell them sand play, we try to give them molds. We give them molds and they fill the sand in the mold and they make shapes. Just leave them on their own. They make beautiful stuff. They'll have mountains, they'll have some sticks hanging on that, they'll pick up some dry leaves and add. And when we ask them what it is, they have a beautiful story. They'll tell, this is mommy, this is daddy, he's trying to throw the ball, I'm catching the ball, right? So this sand play not only helps their physical development, beautiful exercise, that rough sand helps for their little fingers, makes those tender muscles strong, and that texture is very, very good. That is why people, even grown-up people who are having the foot pain, right? Doctors ask them to walk on the sand. Why? Because it is like a cure, walking on the sand, right? So when we give them, the texture helps them in this fine motor skills, and they love to play with the sand. Outdoor game, sand play. You have the slide, you have the gym where sliders, they climb up, they come down, and during that time everything is buzzed, like the complete body, it is full of energy. Like the way they climb up the stairs and they slide down, they're running, again jumping, I'm first, I'm next, yes. And while climbing up the jungle gym also, they try to hold and climb. So you can see their energy, their strength, the physical development, the hold they are having on the rod. Like all these are the good signs of a proper physical development. In that place, you can definitely spot some children getting tired, not interested, not able to climb. So what do? You write a note. You keep the child's name in mind. Write it in the paper, in a book. Always have a book. Write the child's name. So when you're preparing the report card, when you're writing the remarks, you have so much to write about the child. In your parent-teachers meeting, you have so much to tell about the child. So you have to spot these children. Very, very important. A class of 40 is not going to be super fine. Yes, maybe some 15 super in everything. Another 10, maybe. Last 5 or 6 will be slow in everything. So pick those 5. Watch them at every area. Right? So you write down the names. Okay, why is the child not able to climb the jungle gym? Talk to the parent. Talk to the parent. Why? What is his diet? Right? This is the teacher's role, because you're more of a real mother during these 2 years. They're still babies. So you have to ask why. So include this, include more of carbohydrates in the diet, include little bit of healthy fat in the diet. So the child will start getting the energy to do. Is the child having breakfast or not? What are the child's duties? Morning, tell me the child's routine. So the mother will say, I have to pressurize him to wake up. 9:15 school bell rings. I wake him up at 8:50. 8:50, give him a bath, put the shoulder back, give a glass of milk, run and come. And the glass of milk is vomited as soon as the child enters the class. Isn't it? Because of the rush, mommy feeding, making him drink, he comes, throws up in the class. His day is spoiled. Poor boy or girl will feel so sad that he has messed up the place. His dress is messed up. He's not that happy. So what should you tell the mother? Change the timings, change the routine. Wake the child up early. Balance. 1 idli, 2 idlis definitely is a must. 1 small roti is a must. But the child should eat something and come to school. Otherwise, it shows it in the classroom. See, the child is not able to play properly. The child is not able to concentrate in the class. All this again goes to the physical development. The child does not perform anywhere, physical development. The child's routine at home is the proper diet, balanced diet. So many factors come in. Then I told you about the play down. I gave you the example of clay molding and also the godume mavu making puris at home. That is a fine motor skills development. It is very, very important. Then slate work. Yes, slate is also very important. You give a chalk and ask them to draw. See, their fingers move, and when you give them a slate, they feel so happy because it is a version of a small board. Yes, when we are having a blackboard, the children feel very happy that they also have got a miniature small blackboard. And you give them the chalk piece, what you're using for the blackboard, they'll feel very happy and they start scribbling on the slate. In that scribbling, they'll have so many imaginary thoughts. When you pull out them and ask, teachers remembered, their imagination works out as the best vocabulary, right? You won't even know. They try to put in words, sometimes in their own mother tongue, not always in English, because we have to teach them English, right? But sometimes from what they learn from us, they're able to express with broken words. So what happens? Their vocabulary is at work, right? So they start learning new words, develop the good vocabulary. So this is about physical development. And as I told you, physical development or any development, you have volumes and volumes and volumes to talk about. But for us, this is enough. This little bit is enough for dealing from 3.5 years to 5 years. That is LKG and UKG. Okay, let's go to emotional development quickly. Now, emotion. Emotion means what? It just talks to you about if I smile, it's an emotion. If I cry, it's an emotion. If I show this, it's anger, right? If I show this, sad, worried, right? So all these are emotions. And a human needs all the emotions. But how do we use of the emotions is also very important. I don't say anger is a bad emotion. It's a part of your growing, right? But how it is used. Sometimes anger can go to any extent. So anger is important, but how do you control that anger? To an extent, you can voice out. But beyond that, there's one boundary. If you're going to cross that boundary, that is going to hit you back. Rather than doing good to you, it will harm you. But anger cannot be called as a wrong emotion or a negative emotion. All of us are a salad of everything. Sweet, spice, sour, everything we need, right? Then if you don't get angry at all, then we are abnormal, isn't it? Right? That emotions of anger, jealousy. Of course, you should feel jealous. There's nothing wrong, but it should be healthy. It should not hurt yourself. It should not harm you. So all these emotions, you need to grow up into a fine person. Anger, anger varadana, some problem with a person. Okay. Anger varanu, dukkam varanu, alanu, sirikinu, kochikunu, pesame oru naal irukunu. All these are the normal bonding. Eppome sweet is not at all nice. Why do you make Tamil New Year pachadi? What is that Ugadi pachadi? A mix of everything, right? So life should be like that. And only it's fun. And only it's fun. You develop more of love, more of respect, only if there are some variations. Okay? And சும்மா எப்ப பார்த்தாலும் நல்லவளா இருக்கணும்னா அப்புறம் அது ரியல் கிடையாது. Right? Okay. Now, emotional development for a child is very, very important, teachers. Sometimes you cannot identify their emotion, but you should make it an effort to read the emotion on the child's face. Very, very important. It is rombo important because we are dealing with that age of 3.5 to 5 years. If in the classroom, the child is sitting. The child is neither expressive, nor happy, nor able to be focused, but is wriggling. So what should you understand? Either the child wants to use the restroom, feeling scared to ask. Either the child did not have breakfast, is hungry. Or something unhappy or unpleasant would have happened at home. Right? And the tender age, that is what I'm telling you is, higher classes, we don't bother. They know how to experience it. They know how to express it. They'll excuse themselves, go out, they go and confide in the teacher openly. But in the age, we should observe the children and understand them. So immediately, what do? I go there. And what happened, darling? Sometimes English does not work. Their mother tongue only works. What happened, darling? So I sit with the child. The child is still not comfortable. Then what do? I take the child. I make him sit on my lap. What is troubling you? Why are you sad? If you are sad, even I am sad. Immediately you do that. Then the truth comes out. Auntie, I want to go to the toilet. My stomach is paining. Right? Sometimes the answer is, Auntie, today mummy did not give me breakfast. Sometimes today mummy made me eat idli which I did not like. So little things is a big problem for them. That age, that little thing is a big problem. Suppose a friend brought, first boy sitting near him brought a big pencil. That is the biggest stress for him, life, that he has not got that pencil. Right? So his emotions has to be changed. And always you must help the child to get and feel positive emotions. Positive emotions are very, very important. What are positive emotions? Happiness, joy, jumping with joy, excitement, saying thank you, asking please. All these are positive emotions, right? So when you teach the child, say please when you want something. Say excuse me when you went to the class. Show your happiness. If the child is very happy, there's a new little baby born at home. Yes, the child is waiting, come to class and express the joy. So he comes with a smiling face and he's not focused. He jumps, he gets up, he sits. You ask him, why are you so excited? He says, a little baby has come in the house. Tambi papa vandirka. That is why I'm so happy. And when you ask the child, Tambi papa patti 2-3 questions, he'll feel more happy, right? So this positive emotions, very, very, very important. You must allow the child to express all the positive emotions and control the negative emotions. How do you control the negative emotions? Like suppose a child is angry, right? And he tries to hurt another child. He pushes. What do? You can't just go and tell him, shake him or be rude to him. But ask him, why did you do that? Ask him politely, ask him softly with lots of love and affection. Why did you do that? Definitely the child will confide in you. Then what do? You take him aside. You tell him why anger can be dangerous. What will happen if that boy gets angry? you're having mother at home. உனக்கு சின்ன அடிப்பட்ட அம்மாக்கு எப்படி ஃபீல் பண்ணுவா? அம்மா ஐயோ டென்ஷன் ஆயிடும், ஓடி வருவா, என்னாச்சு கண்ணா முன்னாச்சு எல்லாம் இப்ப வலிக்குதா வலிக்கலையா, ஆயின்ட்மெண்ட் போடுற, இங்க வா டாக்டர் கிட்ட போலாமா? So many questions. Won't the mother of that boy ask the same thing? Must make the child understand how you're precious to your mother. This boy is also precious to his mother. So definitely when something happens to you, your mother will come and ask questions. Just like that, mother also asks questions. So this anger is very, very wrong. When you get angry, either you come and tell the teacher in the classroom you're angry for some reason, and at home you go and confide to your mother or father. Or if nobody is there, take your hands, open it up, close your eyes, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Aha! Anger is gone. So when you tell this, the child definitely remembers. One more thing, teachers, we must be really fortunate to handle this age group of children, because நாம சொல்ற வாக்கு தான் வேத வாக்கு, gospel. என்ன நம்ம சொன்னாலும் they believe only that. If I tell carrot is red in color, even if it is orange in color, they will tell என்னோட ஆண்டி என்னோட டீச்சர் ரெட் தான் சொன்னாங்க, அது ரெட் தான், நீ வேற ஏதோ காமிக்கிற. That is because they trust in us so much, teachers, and this trust should be a jackpot. Like, we must give them so much in return because of the trust they have in us. And it is not only trust, it is the trust, the love, the affection, the confidence, and the secured feeling they have with their kindergarten teacher. They will not have with anybody. They will not have with anybody. I am sure you must have come across so many incidents. வீட்ல குழந்தை apple சாப்பிட மாட்டான். He has never eaten apple. He does not want. The teacher once just makes a child to sit on the lap. கண்ணா apple பிடிக்குமா? He will tell no. ஆனா எனக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிக்குமே, எனக்கு apple தினம் நான் சாப்பிடணும். Immediately you can see the expression on the child changing. Oh, என்னோட டீச்சருக்கு ஆப்பிள் பிடிக்கும், நான் தினம் சாப்பிட்டேன், நான் இவ்வளவு ஸ்ட்ராங்கா இருக்கேன், உனக்கு ஏபிசிடி சொல்லி கொடுக்குறேன்னா நான் ஆப்பிள் சாப்பிட்டதுனால தான். Immediately what happens? He goes home, mama எனக்கு நாளையில இருந்து ஆப்பிள் கொடுமா. Why? This is the positivity we are pushing it into the child's mind, which is very, very important. Sad, I told you. Why are they sad? You must identify the child who is sad, give a related story for that sadness, and make the child understand, yes, one will feel sad if it is not there, but you should try to understand being sad always is not the right thing. You did not get it today. Tomorrow you will get it. Your friend is having it today. Definitely you ask your father, he'll buy it for you tomorrow. Immediately the sad expression changes. Yes, jealousy. Very, very important. This jealousy you must cut down at this age itself. Some toy that friend brings, and one child is very, very jealous because the child is having that. Either he goes home and cries for the toy, or this is the time, teachers kindly note, he learns to steal. He's jealous that that person is having something, the jealous, greed, that to want something, the child's mind will work in a negative way. So he watches for the child to go to the washroom or somewhere, slowly picks up that toy and puts it in his bag. Right? This one thing can happen. One more jealousy, he can hurt the person. He can hurt the person. So you must be very careful when you're coming down and dealing with such children, where you must tell, you must be happy with what you want. Definitely you will get it in the days to come, but you should wait for your turn. You should not get angry on anybody. You should not feel jealous of anybody. You should not think that is the end of everything. The way you put it across is not talking like me. It is boring. You must put it in a story format and include them as characters. They will understand better. They will enjoy it. நான் சொல்ற மாதிரி lecture கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா they will not listen. First thing you must make them stand. I'm making one Ram, I'm making one Geeta, I'm making one Sita. I'm projecting. So an activity. Then they will enjoy. Now உட்கார்ந்து கண்ணங்களா இது பண்ண கூடாது, ஓகேவா ஓகேவா, ஆஹா, they will not even listen. So everything you put it in a story format, a song format, they will listen, they will understand, they will keep it in their memory for long, which plays an important role. Okay. So why is this important? This, teachers, you all know very well. I'm reiterating the same thing. All what you know, I'm just giving a revision. That's all. You all know much better than me. You have been into so many things, more exposed than me, the senior teacher especially, with so many children in your life. But this is just a brush up, just a revision. I'm reiterating every now and then. This emotion, any sort of emotions, it builds a child's character. It is very important. You don't cut the child when it is a negative emotion, it is going to grow. If you don't elevate the child position when it is a good emotion, then the child's growth will not be proper. As you elevate, when the child is doing very good, positive, the emotion should be really good. If it's a negative, the child should be stopped and corrected, and then the child automatically grows. So it really reflects on the child's character. It shapes the child's future, and this plays an important role in academics also. The child is properly groomed. If you properly take the child in a right path, a straight path without lanes and by lanes, it's a straight path, the child will automatically grow into a fine young gentleman with all the good attributes, whatever is needed, right? So this is very, very important. And the concentration on academics also lessens if the child is going through a lot of negative emotions. So that should be cut short, not face to face, not raising your eyebrows, not making your eyes big, not saying with a pointer finger like this, not using a scale, not turning the ears. Only with love, warmth, affection, and that secured feeling. The teacher builds the trust in the child. The teacher makes the child secure. That is why I tell you, teachers' words are gospel to children. They imitate you because they have the trust in you. In the age குழந்தைங்க வீட்டுக்கு போனதும் chairs போட்டு they will play their role. The girls will take the dupattas and put it on their shoulders like saris. Yes, and they will start teaching. The students are their mother, father, sister, brother, whoever. And they are playing our role. When they are imitating us, remember how careful we should be in the words we use, the way we talk, in our body language, in our facial gestures. Everything is counted. And 3.5 to 5 years, they observe each and everything. Even if I sit for a second like this, they come and ask, Auntie, are you sad? They know that emotion that I'm sitting. Yes, maybe I'm having a headache. I'm not exposing it to them. I'm pretending that I'm fine. So automatically, without my knowledge, by body, by hand, it just makes me sit like this for a minute. But that split second, I forgot that the 40 are watching me. And that the two children come, Auntie, enna auntie, sad irkinga, right? So they play a great role, teachers. We have to be very careful. So it helps their self-esteem and self-identity. How? When you pat on them and tell this is wrong, this is right. When they are happy, appreciate them. When they are sad, cajole them. Get the story out of them and understand them, explain to them. It definitely builds their self-esteem and self-identity. Always appreciation. Appreciation and motivation plays a major role in a child's life, teachers. Appreciation is very important. If you take for instance a LKG child who does not know to hold a pencil, right? With much difficulty, I make the child hold a pencil. I ask him to color like this. He will do like this. Okay. I will not say, ஐயோ என்ன பண்ணிருக்க, அச்சச்சோ ஏன் கிறுக்கிருக்க. I will not say that. அண்ணா அழகா இருக்கே, என்ன பண்ணீங்க? நான் கிறுக்குனேன். Okay. Then I will tell, இதே கிறுக்கல் நிதானமா பண்ணலாமா? I will tell. So what does he do? I am not putting him down for his scribbling. நிதானமா பண்ணலாமான்னு கேக்குறேன். So the same kirkal, when it is like this, slowly he will do like this. Inna konja nidana, please, alaga irukume, I will tell. Then he'll go slowly. Like that, one-to-one you sit, that really helps him in his self-identity and that self, that esteem what you should give it to him. The teacher should play a major role. Okay. The role of the teachers in emotional development, quickly I'll go. As I told you, you must help the child in understanding his or her feelings. How? You should understand them first. You should know the disability. Why is the child unhappy? Why is the child angry? Why is the child jumping? Why is the child not focused? You should understand and tell them with beautiful words, or sometimes a story is very, very important. So the teacher plays a major role to help in the emotional development of a child. All emotions are proper for a human, but how to balance it, how to react and not react is in our hands, and how we explain to the children is very, very important. Is very, very important. Teach them to solve their own problems. How do you teach them? How? You tell them, Anna, உனக்கு இன்னைக்கு இருக்கட்டுமே, அப்பா உனக்கு next time வாங்கி கொடுப்பா. Okay. And the குழந்தையோட let the pencil be with him. If he is having a big pencil, it's okay. You are having one pencil, make them understand. Whether big or small, you are having a pencil. அது பெருசா இருக்கு, ஒன்னு சின்னதா இருக்கு, பரவாயில்ல. ஆனா உங்ககிட்ட பென்சில் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அவன் எழுதுற மாதிரி நீயும் எழுதுற இல்ல, சின்னதா இருந்தா இருக்கட்டும். Tomorrow even you will get a big pencil. That time he might have a small pencil. So அந்த மாதிரி logically you must make him understand. And compassion, helping each other, showing empathy, sympathy, very, very, very important. And the helping tendency, we must start right away. 3.5 to 5 years, as I told you, whatever they learn, it will be fixed in their heart. It will be fixed in their mind. It is very tough to erase. And I take the pride in saying all the children, kindergarten children who go to higher classes, they finish their 12th, they settle in big professions, they come back to kindergarten teachers first. Kindly note, they never forget their kindergarten teachers. They never, because they know the strong roots are formed by us with lot of affection, lot of secured feeling, lot of warmth. So yaar doctor agattu, engineer agattu, kindergarten teacher maraka matanga. Once they come to that place, they visit the school, they first come into kindergarten, they see the auntie enga irukanga, and they just go running towards their auntie. That is the role played by a kindergarten. Give a big hand for us. Come on, let's clap for ourselves. They are wonderful teachers, taking care of them. Okay. Respecting others, mutual understanding, support, helping the friends in classroom. Very, very important for us to guide and explain to them in every level. Very, very important.